Fellow Biafrans, this very moment, I don't think there is enough time for royal greetings. I'm here with an important issue to discuss with those who are real Biafrans and those who are real Igbos and those that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's problem is affecting their minds. And some of you who have had a traumatic effect concerning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu issue, and some of you who have developed BP about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu issue. I want to say this time that you people don't need to take it too high because some of you cannot be able to fight and some of you cannot be able to carry gun, some of you cannot be able to run. What I'm giving now to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's solution, my offer now is what I'm giving out to those who are willing and those who believe that Biafra land belong to them should listen to me. This Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case, I want to say that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not having any case with Nigeria government, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not commit anything that will warrant him having a case with Nigeria government. All of you, if you sit back to think about this matter properly, you discover that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is just being punished for no reason by a particular tribe, and that is Northern region and Yoruba people. They are the one suffering Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But let me not be too fast. There are things that we must know in this case that is going on. This is a trap that Igbo politicians set against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Don't forget this thing I'm telling you now. It is a trap. It was a trap set by Igbo politicians against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and against Biafra nation, so that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be killed and Biafra issue will die off, and the Igbo politicians will continue eating money, making money, embezzling money, stealing money, killing people to build their families, their wife, their children, and send them abroad. And the remaining ones that remain at home will not have mouth to say anything and will not have upper hand over the Igbo politicians. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you are in the place, if you are not in the place they bury the dead body, when you want to dig the grave, you will start digging from the legs. So, except if you are there, you will know where they put the head of the dead body. So, for your information, I want you to ask yourself a question. Alex Oti and Sultan of Sokoto, who is a terrorist leader in Nigeria, have been having a lot of closed-door meetings upon meetings. Then ask yourself, what is the outcome of those meetings that Alex Oti and Sultan of Sokoto have been having? And what is the result effect today? Where is the fruit today? As all these things are happening, Alex Oti is not saying a word. We know the betrayals, that all the Igbo politicians betrayed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and betrayed freedom of Biafra. So for this reason, I want to tell you that this is a networking business, that Alex Oti is using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu for political game. Alex Oti is also a terrorist leader from Southeast, because all the Igbo politicians agreed with the northern terrorist leaders to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not released. I am telling you that if Igbo politicians will rise up today and say, enough is enough. If you will not release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, let all the Igbo soldiers, Igbo police, Igbo immigration, Igbo civil defense corps, or let all the Biafran security forces in Nigeria government return back to Biafra land to fight for their nation, because Biafra is a nation. I tell you, it will not take 1 hour. Everything will end. But because of their selfish interest, because of their self-centeredness, because of their self-belligerent, because of their self-complacency, because of their greediness, they will not say so. They only focus on their wives and children and send them abroad and, pack money and dock the money in overseas, and they don't care about how you feel. Example, Charles Soludo bribed the people to vote for him, brought out millions, and decided that it must be do or die election in Anambra State. If he didn't win, his opponent and the rest of them will be killed, slaughtered. And I'm very much aware that women with babies at the back were shared 1 tuber of yam each woman and 1,000 naira and 1 can of coke, and they accepted it and sold themselves to suffering and slavery for more 4 years to come, sold themselves to terrorist attacks and the destructions of properties and life in Anambra State for 4 good years to come. When will some of our Igbo brothers and sisters learn a lesson that they should stop selling their birthright? Because in that very election, if nobody comes out, it will be a red signal to Charles Soludo and other politicians in Anambra State. So also it is repugnant to every state from south to east. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a solution to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's problem. Like I said, the first year he was kidnapped. The only solution for Biafrans to have their nation and for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released is war, bloodshed, real bloodshed, that every crane and corner, every part of Nigeria will not avert it. Soldiers will soak with the blood. Police will soak with the blood. Every government worker, every government properties, every Nigerian security forces, his clothes or her clothes shall be soaked with the blood. And that is when you will see that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be released within 24 hours. And this so-called Nigeria will become a bygone issue. Nigeria, by name, is where criminals, drug barons, terrorists, and idiot people, very idiotic, where they gather themselves together to siphon others, suck blood of others as vampires, as occultic men and women in different fraternities, and they don't feel how you are feeling. I'm telling you, my brothers and my sisters, if you will agree with me, I am 100% ready to do and to make sure that anything that has to do with South to East government is being brought to access. And by so doing, the whole world will come into it. International community will come into it. You see, Americans will come into it. Russians will come into it. Israel will come into it. But if you people are going in a mild way, gentle way, You are wasting your time. They have sentenced him to death, and they are using this very delaying tactics to make sure that one thing or the other, either terrorist or they poison him, then he will die. But to know it, that his death will not